because they fools. Remember, you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell a fool nothing. You see, because they really don't believe in what it is that he's saying. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, blasphemous ways, against what the word of the Most High has given us the understanding of, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. Truth is either it's the truth or it's a lie. Right? Either his word is the truth, or you're gonna have to come back and prove that what is being said is a lie. And just dealing with truth is true or is false. You got to prove that what it is that's coming out in these scriptures make it mean something different. So it'd be a lie. And if you prove it, and I see it, hey, I'm gonna change. Now, I have no problem saying, hey, I was wrong. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, but if I'm right, through the Spirit of the Most High, then you got to deal with this. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth that you hearing shall be evil spoken of. And through covetousness shall they with fiend words make merchandise of you. Some people ain't nothing but, like we read earlier, sheep led to the slaughter. Ain't nothing but a bunch of sheep. Man, you know how sheep be killed? You take a goat and befriend the sheep, and they go down a path, and the sheep gonna follow the goat, and the goat is trained to go this way, and once he go inside, the door shuts, and the sheep go right there to the slaughter, one after another. Man, that's what he said. That's why he said we like sheep led to the slaughter. You know, that's why I say, and through covetousness, design everything someone has. So they present in this earth, shall they with fiend words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. You see? So, it's judgments that you're looking at that is talking about, that's upon the angel, which are men. Let me just give you another example, if I can. In the Apocrypha, go to 2nd Ezra, the first chapter. Because, you know, you got to prove all things. Some people, they really don't, First Ezra, the first chapter. I'm going to go, I'm going to read in, let's start at verse 32 of the first chapter of 2nd Ezra. I send unto you my servants, the prophets, whom ye have taken and slain, wicked Israelites. Most High sent his servants, the prophets. Servants are the 12 tribes of Israel, the prophets, whom ye have taken and slain, and torn their bodies in pieces. Just maliciously, just destroyed their bodies, cut them up in pieces, he's saying. Whose blood I will require of your hands, said the Most High. You see, that's what we went over earlier about how their blood and how they cry has been shed, and how they crying to the Most High, and asking him when he gonna avenge those that dwell on the earth. Thus said the Almighty Power, your house is desolate. I will cast you out as the wind does stubble. Hear that? He casts us out of our land of Israel, scatter us among all these nations. You see? And your children shall not be fruitful, for they have despised my commandment. You hear that? So he let you know we were going to have as many children as we should have had because we despised the Most High's commandment and done the thing that is evil before me. We chose evil. That's why it's saying, you know, the angels that sin. Since it's transgressed the Most High's law, he only gave his laws to Israel. What you say? He gotta tell the angels what they gotta deal with. give them orders of what they got to do. But they're going to do exactly what he tells them to do, from the right side or the left side. You see, they in order. You know, that's why we the ones that's out of order, been out of order, disrespecting the Most High. This is what he said. That's why he told our ancestors, your children shall not be fruitful, for they have despised my commandment and done the thing that is evil before me. That's why I remember to say those books gonna be open, and everything we done in these mortal bodies we're gonna be judged accordingly. Your houses will I give to a people that shall come. We those spirits of our ancestors, but with different bodies, because their body went into the dirt when they died. Back dust to dust, right? Back to the dust. Your houses will I give to a people that shall come. This us, which not having heard of me, yet shall believe me. Gonna have faith in the Most High. And we didn't hear the Most High. Did we learn about this truth in slavery like you know it now? No. No way. I don't care who it was before us. They ain't know as much as we know today. It says, which not having heard of me, yet shall believe me, to whom I have showed no signs, yet they shall do that I have commanded them, according to thus say the Most High's word. They have seen no prophets, because they killed, where he said, they slain, they taken the prophets and slain them and torn their bodies in pieces, whose blood I will require of your hands, said the Most High. Wicked angels that sin, that he cast down into hell and delivered them in the chains of darkness. They remained ignorant. They remained ignorant. That's why we got a bunch of ignorant Israelites. Point blank. Show you what they're about. Say, we have seen no prophets, yet they shall call their sins to remembrance. That's what we say, repent and keep the laws of the Most High. And acknowledge them. Say, acknowledge them. Acknowledge the fact that we have sinned, repent, and keep the commandments of the Most High. And take to witness the grace, which is getting something you don't deserve, of the people to come. You say, I take to witness the grace of the people to come. We have to have grace because we're not sacrificing animals for the atonement of our sins. Mashiach Shah is the ultimate sacrifice. So we got to have grace. Getting something that we don't deserve. You say, I take to witness the grace of the people to come. This future prophecy. Whose little ones rejoice in gladness, and though they have seen they have not seen me with bodily eyes, yet in spirit they believe the thing that I say. When you have the spirit of the Most High, so you're going to believe what it is that he's saying in these scriptures. And now, brother, behold what glory. Listen at this carefully, all y'all unbelievers. And now, brother, behold what glory. And see the people that cometh from the east. And see the people that cometh from the east. And see the people that cometh from the east. I got to say it one more time. You recognize that it's people. And see the people that cometh from the east. Who is it? Unto whom I will give for leaders. The people that he's going to give for leaders. Who? Abraham. People. Isaac, people. Jacob, people. Hosea, people. Amos, people. And Micah, people. Joel, people. Habakkuk, I guess, no, it's Obadiah, Salakia, people. And Jonas, people. Nahum, people. Habakkuk, people. Zephaniah, people. Haggai, people. Zechariah, people. And Malachi, people, which is called also an angel of the Most High. Read it again. Which is called also an angel of the Most High, because angel means messenger, minister of the Most High's word, which is also called an angel of the Most High. What it says in verse 38, and now, brother, behold what glory, and see the people that cometh from the east, semicolon, unto whom I will give for leaders. Who? Abraham, Isaac, and so forth, which is called also an angel of the Most High. So these are the things that are mysteries that we have to clear up, because you're looking at going back to 2 Peter 2:4, for if the Most High Spirit not the angels that sin, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness, ignorance, not knowing, and being dumb, to be reserved unto judgment, the Spirit not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, and a preacher of righteousness, keeping the Most High's laws, bringing in the flood upon the world of the unrighteous. You see? Turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live unrighteously, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. Can you imagine what they were saying in Sodom and Gomorrah? Lot, a righteous man. It's like right now we crying and sighing for all the abominations that's being done in the midst of our people. For that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing vex his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. You see? But look, show you some wicked angels. First Maccabees, the first chapter. When Alexander the Greek came into power, took down the Persian Media Empire, is right here in the Bible. And tells you in verse 9, after his death, after Alexander the Greek death, they all, his 4 generals, that's the day, put crowns upon themselves, and so did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. See, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, soon son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks, right? 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. This is before Mashiach came on the earth. Because when he came on the earth, Matthew, this should be right between Malachi, the last prophet, and Matthew. This should be in between the Greek Empire. Because when you end up with Malachi, you're in the Persian Media Empire. Then that blank page should be here, First and Second Maccabees, the Greek Empire. And then the next page, you in the Roman Empire. But check this out. So this wicked king, Antiochus Epiphanes, reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks, right? Listen what happened. Verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men. Wicked men, meaning they were sinners. Angels that sin, same as here. I just showed you all the prophets were called an angel, which is an angel of the Most High. Person, people. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain other people were so froward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. What did they do? Whereupon they built a place of exercise. You go into these gyms, you following just what the heathens set up. At Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen, see? It made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant and joined themselves to the heathen and were sold to do mischief. No different than what you see in here. Mischief, wickedness, evil is all sin. They want to be, that's what I say in verse 11, and those days went there out of Israel wicked men. See, we always been dealing with these. That's dealing in what? Sinning to hell, down to hell, going into captivity, slavery, and bondage. Over and over again, you go to the lessons I've done, the many captivities of Israel. We're in the captivity, slavery, and bondage, and that's the hell, you know, and delivered them in the chains of darkness. So whenever they go, like right here, they're in the wicked Edomite kingdom, the Greek Empire, and they were down with whatever they said do. Made a license, got a license to sin. I mean, it's what we always have done. We in captivity, that's hell. What do? In hell. We always been jacked up in hell, man. We always did something. Same old, always, like I say. I showed you Baal, B-A-A-L, Salaki Mosai, representing L-O-R-D that they put in the Bible. Y'all gonna keep saying it. That's the Baal. That was all the way back with Jezebel made that popular. Y'all following the woman. Her prophets were called B-A-A-L. She set them up. Mm-hmm. Look at Jeremiah 7:4. You say, trust ye not in lying words, saying, temple of the Most High. The temple of the Most High. The temple of the Most High are these. You can name any religion, that's the temple of the Most High. The Most High say he dwelleth not in temples made with hands. Acts 7:48. But they saying the temple of the Most High, this religion. Temple of the Most High, that religion. Temple of the Most High, or your belief system. Verse 8. It say, behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit. You see? Trusting in the enemy. Look what they did. Going up to verse 17. Seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven. That's what y'all just celebrated when y'all celebrated Easter. Easter, the Queen of Heaven. In the New Testament, she called Diana, fertility god, fertility idol. And to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, other idols, that they may provoke me to anger. This is what we did. Why the Most High said, hey, put you in outer darkness, to be reserved for the judgment that's coming when the books is open, and say you did all this. This is who these angels that sinned is, right here. Do they provoke me to anger? Said the Most High, do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces? Yeah, you supposed to be the Israelite, you acting like dang on heathens. Therefore, thus said the Most High Power, behold, mine anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man and upon beast, and upon the trees of the field, and upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn, and shall not be quenched. Thus said the Most High Power of hosts, power of angels. Why you think it say power of hosts if these angels doing whatever they want to do? When I just read to you in 2 Ezra 8:21, they tremble before the Most High. Y'all giving Satan, y'all giving the devil, y'all giving the serpent, y'all giving all of them more power than the Most High. Most High don't have no control over them. They can do whatever they want to do. Y'all better come out of that mindset. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hand of living power. His name is jealous. Ain't nothing in this earth doing whatever they want to do. And the Most High said, this is what you got to do. Like I told you, you got angels on the right side with a Mashiach Yahushua. You got angels on the left side with Satan and all his imps. Straight up. And you go to Job and tell you, hey, he couldn't touch Job because the Most High had something around him. And Job was not dealing with evil to the point where he could get to him. But he had a problem. Job had a problem because a lot of y'all don't know, why would the Most High vex Job in the way that he did? Because you can say something about, I'm righteous. Somebody else could say, oh, he's a great man or whatever, but I can't say it myself. I can't say I'm righteous. You know, I ain't dare making myself one of the number. You know, you hear me saying what number I am at 144,000. That's why I ask those that's creating all this pride upon people, these spiritual powers that they supposed to have, to know that they going to be part of the 144,000, they the elect. You better humble yourself. Mashiach Shai said, he that exalt himself shall be abased, he that humble himself shall be exalted. Understand that. That might be hard for y'all to understand because, you know, knowledge puffers up. But so what? So what? We know this knowledge. I mean, I know probably more men than you could ever imagine. People than you ever could imagine that have been in this truth. You see behind me, that's a TV show I had almost 15 years to call in. I read a whole lot of people. Where they at now? Powerful brothers in this truth. Y'all like to say One West? Yeah. Whole lot of brothers in this truth that ain't dealing no more. From leaders all the way down that went off in the world. You got to endure to the end to be saved. And you got to endure. Most I want a broken and contrite spirit. You see what King David was saying? King David bit bars of iron, man. Mighty warrior. But he was humble. You hear what he said, crying to the Most High? Fear of his enemy. No enemy messed with him. He put everybody in subjection to Israel. But he still was crying to the Most High. That's humility. To get results from the Most High. Show me where the Most High, I'm talking to all you prideful cats out there. Show me where the Most High delivered anybody that was prideful. That thought they was all that. Or making other people feel that they all that. When you ain't nothing as you ought to be. You gonna be the one that teaches 1,000 years? Oh, he said, many gonna come in my name, say, I am Mashiach, so now you Mashiach? Many men that said they was, they said whatever they said, they gone. They out of here. Man, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. I'm just here to warn you. As the Spirit bringing forth, just what we did. You know, we always like to be somebody in hell. Verse 20, listen to what he said. Therefore, thus said the Most High Power, behold, mine anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man, and upon beast, and upon the trees of the field, and upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn, and shall not be quenched. Thus say the Most High Power of hosts. What you think hosts mean? Angels. Remember we read about the angels? Where they at? Let's see where they at. Since y'all want to say they could do whatever they want to do and roll like they want to roll and doing the wickedness that they doing. Ecclesiastes 39 and 31 say, they shall rejoice in his commandment, the angels, the spirits, and they shall be ready upon earth. These are the spiritual, celestial bodies that the Most High made. We are angels as terrestrial bodies that the Most High made. They shall rejoice in his commandment, these angels. Like I say, Most High Power of hosts, that means power of angels. That are armies of angels. Listen. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth. Isn't this where we at? They're going to be ready upon the earth when need is, whenever the Most High have a need for them. And when their time is come, verse 28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. When their time is come to bring forth the vengeance of the Most High, they shall not transgress his word. Hear that? They shall not transgress his word. Understand, overstand it. So this is what we're looking at. Wicked Israelites. Whew, man. But we chose to provoke the Most High to anger. And he said, you're going to make our land desolate, and our land over there is desolate. Beautiful, beautiful land. That, it's a beautiful color too, but nothing growing on it. It's desolate. Verse 20, he said, therefore thus say the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Behold, mine anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man and upon beast and upon the trees of the field and upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn and shall not be quenched. Thus say the Most High power of hosts, the power of Israel, power of angels, the power of Israel. Put your burnt offerings unto your sacrifices and eat flesh. For I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices. Hear that? But this thing commanded I them, saying, this is what he wants us to do now. This was important. Obey my voice. See, them angels that sinned and kept not the commandments of the Most High, he brought them, all of them. And we went in captivity, slavery, and bondage behind those same angels that are men that I showed you that's coming. People, it said, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and all the prophets and so forth that you heard. You ain't hear Ezra, and you ain't hear Daniel in there. Because he told them they going to rest. Ezra going to be with the Mashiach Yahushua. And Daniel going to rest in his lot until the end be. So you ain't hear them. They not coming. It says, for I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices. It's sad because we always backslid. And what I mean by that is disrespected the Most High. And it didn't matter if we were righteous or wicked. We still were in the captivity behind what the unrighteous did. That's why he said he didn't give us no burnt offerings and sacrifices. But he told us this, verse 23, but this thing commanded I them, saying, obey my voice, and I will be your power, and ye shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you. That's why it's going to be well unto us, those that really start to be an Israelite, coming back to our culture for real, before the Most High, because you always before him. Ain't no time you ain't before him. So he's looking at you all the time. But it's his voice. His voice is his commandments. So what is commandments? Commandments that we can do, we got to do them, y'all. If you expect to be going to the kingdom and your name being written in the book of life, y'all better understand this. But this thing commanded I them, and he commanded you now, saying, obey my, we already went to the judgment. Book's going to be open, and you're going to be judged by your works, what you have done in keeping the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments, y'all. Obey my voice, he told us, and I will be your power. So that's why I say you ain't obeyed. Look, 1 John 5:3 says, for this the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and commandments are not grievous. So if you're not keeping his commandments, he ain't none of your power. That's what he's telling you. Obey my voice, and I will be your power. And ye shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you. Come on, he's just telling us to keep his commandments, keep his laws. But they hearken not nor inclined their ear, but walked in the counsels and in the imagination of their evil heart, evil mind, and went backwards, see, and not forward. See, we always went backwards and not forward. That's why they say chains of darkness from captivity to captivity to captivity after captivity. And all these captivities that we went in, what do you think we learned? The ways of the heathen, the ones that we were under. Like right now, a lot of y'all following whatever it is that they don't put in front of you, twinkle in front of your face. And you better be knowing this Bible. But what the Most High gave us is some things, yeah, they have tampered with, and I'm exposing it. But what it is, but it's enough here that the Most High say, hey, it's enough for those that are the elect to come out of that wickedness, come out of that calling on Baal and so forth, and letting these names of these guys come out of their mouth. They're real slick. The devil is slick, y'all. All the days of the week, y'all calling on them, y'all calling on gods, idols, every last one of them. You like to know their names, whatever. I mean, I can write them down for you, whatever, give you the spelling of them, because he told you. And I'm saying this for a reason, because it just, hit me that, a lot of people, the law says what it says in Exodus 23 and 13. And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect. So be circumspect. You have to be circumspect. And make no mention of the name of other gods. Hear that? Neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. You see? So, as much as in you, you're not supposed to be calling on these other gods. Let these other gods come out of your mouth. And see, when you understand, well, I think a lot of people don't really look at the in-depth of what they have done in keeping us away from the Most High in wickedness and evil, to do as they would have us to do, as them angels that sin, them wicked Israelites that sin. Listen to what it says in Ezekiel 39:23. And the heathen shall know, these other nations know, that the house of Israel went into captivity. Why? For their iniquity. So these other nations know. And all the gods of the nations are idols. Psalm 96 and 5. So what do you think? They're going to have you calling on their idols. They're going to have you, listen, they knew that we went into captivity for our iniquity, for our wickedness, breaking the Most High's laws, because they trespassed against me. That's breaking the Most High's laws. Therefore hid I my face from them. These heathens know this, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. So they know this. But we don't know this because we ain't put it together to say, okay, wait a minute. What are we following now? Who are we following now? Who's the superpower of the earth now? Who brought us in captivity now? So are we looking at what it is that they're doing or have done to make sure that we're not deviating from the power of the Most High? Or are you going to look at these angels that sin, these Israelites that sin, and got us still in captivity? And the ones that's supposed to be the elect, the ones that we got to keep on looking for more of the secrets that's been hidden in the Most High from the beginning of the world to be able to change. Look, Ezekiel 21 and 2. Son of man, set thy face toward Jerusalem, Ezekiel 21 and 2. And drop thy word toward the holy places and prophesy against the land of Israel. People live in the land. The land can't do anything. And say to the land of Israel, thus say the Most High, behold, I am against thee, and will draw forth my sword out of his sheath, and will cut off from thee, from the land of Israel, who? The righteous and the wicked. See that? Gonna cut off from our land of Israel, the righteous and the wicked. Seeing then that I will cut off from thee the righteous and the wicked, therefore shall my sword go forth out of his sheath against all flesh, from the south to the north. Most High had a judgment against the righteous and the wicked. That's why when it go down, and y'all say, oh, the righteous, if y'all gonna say it's some righteous of these other nations, they gotta go down. Just like we went down. Or they more chosen than us. Stop saying you the chosen. If you're gonna say they ain't, if you think that the judgment that's not gonna come on them for all the things they done in following idols, and not the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they're not one of the 12 tribes of Israel. They're not saying that. So they're not the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's not their power. Listen, that all flesh may know that I, the Most High, have drawn forth my sword out of his sheath, it shall not return anymore. That's why he right now, he told us, like here, what we doing? We gotta worship the Queen of Heaven. That's what we doing. He say, follow me. We done chose the Queen of Heaven over the Most High. That was reading in Jeremiah 7th chapter. We chose her over the Most High. Go back to Jeremiah 7. Verse 25. Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, just like it is today, but harden their neck. They did worse than their fathers. That's why you look at what we did. What we did. Look at go to 2 Ezra 15th chapter.